well, Master Amon.
Oh, no, just a man, sir. Just a guard. And
You
no,
as well, Amon.
just a man is not his name. It's Amon.
Oh, you beat me to it. I got to the wrong window, and I was like, I got to type it out.
Yeah.
It's the who you talking to of this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
After that encounter, I go back with the training with Barakat for now.
Yeah, and you finish off. It takes a while. Barakat, you're tired because first strike are easy, but then the 80th strike, you're like,
Get there eventually.
It gets easier over time.
Yeah. Your arm is going to be dead in the whole day. Well, actually, the next day is when the muscles cramp up. So
yeah, I was going to say the next day it's going to be your whole body.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to play for the next few days.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to do this tomorrow morning as well.
Oh, God.
Trust me, you will eventually fight over it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Sometimes you got to break a ball. So anybody else? Well, let's do the switch then. We find Gar coming out of the Wizards. There's a university, and there's the Wizards Guild, and then there's the college. What exactly is Gar doing in the city? I mean, he was doing some research.
Yeah.
And if you have your sheet up.
Yep.
And what were you specifically researching at this moment? Something esoteric or something specific?
Yeah, probably religion.
Okay.
Well, because you know where Gar's from, and you have the problem there that the guy in charge is taking on the name of an actual god, and nobody can actually tell if they're not the god or if they are the god, which is a very confusing thing. So, I don't know if it's the main subject of research that Gar is here for right now, but it's top of my mind.
Yeah, well, you do find a lot of examples in Greyhawk history of two things. People who have claimed to be gods and be completely false, but a few entities that have ascended, right? The one that really comes to mind is the Old One, known as Ayus, who at first was known as a sort of a minor noble in the far north. Close to, but not at. His kingdom is at the edges, kind of reaches the edges of your known guards. Well, of the obviously confusing characters here. But eventually, nearly a century before, his followers started proclaiming him as a god, and then the one book you're reading is like many scholars at the time scoffed at the idea of a simple, petty lord becoming a divine entity. But as the demons started rolling from the dark realms, many realized that the Old One was very much real and alive. And there's talk about the Old One having enmity with the city of Greyhawk and other areas, having many enemies. And the last thing you read is that an eternal crusade has been declared against the Old One and his holdings by several good kingdoms in the north. So that's an example of people who at one point were not known as gods, but were able to ascend to godhood. And there's several examples of that. But the clearest sign of someone being a divine entity is that they can empower others with their through their faith and belief.
Right. So not really getting anything all that helpful.
Yeah, if the person you're talking to can do that, then perhaps they're, if not a deity now, then they're certainly on the way to do so.
Well, again, in this case, it's more so that there is an entity of God status that lives in another plane, and then there's the entity that's currently in charge of the kingdom that I come from, and they both share the same name, they both look alike, and they both have the same powers. But we're not quite sure that this one is that one.
There's also the ability of powerful entities, literally called powers or deities, to extend themselves and use avatars. So that what you're seeing might be a fraction of their true power projected into the mortal realm.
Right.
Because, and your extensive research shows that the true deities, except for a few exceptions like the old one, who were kind of native to the mortal realm, most deities stay out of what's called to them the mortal realm because their very presence literally reshapes the universe. Right. One of the things about apotheosis, which is the process of gaining, higher divine status, is that you stop being simply physical and you become metaphysical, i.e., you will become the living embodiment of whatever ideals people pray to. So say you were a deity of flowers and you're walking around being deity of flowers, then literally where you walk would turn into verdant meadows.
I feel like that's probably where Gar would stop the research the moment he got to the deity of flowers.
That's an example, right?
I know, but the moment you reach the example where it's, this is the history of the deity of flowers and their avatar is seen throughout the realms of Greyhawk, and it's like, this is not helpful, not what I was looking for. All 700 pages of the lead up to this has been about something like this, and this is not what I'm talking about. I don't think I can bear another 5,000 more pages of this.
Yeah, you have stacks of books, right? And also you paid, because in order to be a wizard within the walls of Greyhawk, you have to be a member of the guild.
But to use their library, I don't think I would have had to.
Yes, because
they have library access.
Dun 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 abilities.
You've triggered my trap card.
God,
I've showed
he's
you
got a
my
library card. Oh,
yeah.
No.
Let's do all the most common
powerful.
endured extensive interviews and significant fees to gain access to even most common archives. You have a working knowledge of cloister personnel. Yeah, I guess you were able to. You already have letters of presentation that allowed you to come in. So yeah, that's not a problem.
I've got diplomatic immunity.
So yeah, you spend several weeks studying this. As you come out into what's called the university quarter, let's see who you meet. Everybody roll a 1d4. Actually, the only people you would recognize are either Wraith or Kix.
Please God, let it be Melissa Milano.
So
Jesus Christ!
Everyone who rolled a 1 is unlucky enough to meet Gar.
Everyone but Barakat or just Barakat?
Yeah, everybody but Barakat. You see Kix and you see Wraith walking with.
They're all celebrating something, doing a slow motion jump into the air.
And
just frozen in the middle of the air.
Yeah,
for like 10 minutes.
What's going on? Time stop spell?
And
did you just win the lottery?
Yeah. And you see with them a kobold, which is not entirely strange for you because you know that Kix associates with kobolds, but still a kobold inside the city. I mean, you had a hard time because when a giant talking turtle showed up, people were like, what the fuck? And you had to do a lot of showing papers and showing that you were both intelligent and were not about to put up with their shit.
Well, I mean, they treated me as a curiosity, not as a nuisance.
Yeah.
He was also in fine clothes. I'm not wearing the ones that I wore to the party, but I am wearing the ones that I came here with.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all dressed up.
So you see them. Now, who has the highest awareness? Because 12 or better, basically, because a giant turtle is, something
so
that will
I have
stick out.
Mine's a 16.
Okay, yeah, you notice right away a giant turtle sort of looking your direction, which is weird You
Well-
heard rumors of a giant turtle that was living in Narwhal a while back, a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two ago. But
In fairness, not so much looking in your direction, more like pointing a nose in your direction. I have robes that just kind of hang over me, and the robes like go over my face like this, so that I always have to look at people in this way. Pointing my nose up in the air to look down it, so that I can peek down the robes.
yeah,
Okay, in that case, I'll be like, guys, there's a big old turtle looking at us.
Turtle. And Kix will turn around and look and go, a Gar? Gar, is that you? Oh, you've changed.
Oh God, you're following me everywhere, aren't you?
Well, not intentionally this time.
So you admit you did it intentionally before.
Well, a few times. How have you been? You've just been here in Greyhawk this whole time?
No, they do have better libraries than that backwater they call Narwhal.
It's not exactly a center of learning, I agree.
Yes, and the people reflect that.
What's
Any
a
success?
library?
If you have to ask, then you need not bother with the answer.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any success in what you were looking for?
No, not really. What, no words, Braith? You know, I don't think you've ever said thank you.
I did, actually. It is good to see you again, Master Gar.
Mm-hmm. Short of words this time. I remember you being a lot more vocal.
I think he's all tired out from the exercises he's been doing with Barracat. Someone we've added to our fold.
Ah, you've gained.
Yes, early morning training.
So you've gained some sort of pet? Sorry, was that a bear or a cat?
It's both, and they're a musician too.
Humanoid?
Mm-hmm.
This is like an owl bear, I assume?
Well, no, but well, they do cover their face a lot. Maybe they are underneath. I haven't asked.
Oh, yes, the old Kix doesn't ask any questions about the people he travels with.
Well, I'm just trying to be polite. I'm asking you questions now.
Yes, you never stopped doing that, did you?
Nope, never will. So things that you haven't asked for, though, I've become a baron.
The manner by which you seem to fail up the political ladder is amazing to me.
I didn't think I would get up the first rung, so I'm a bit surprised too.
Neither did I. I mean, me, the last surviving member of the Headhunters, and you just walked into town and took it over from me.
Which, speaking of, well, I think maybe we could use you back. We're going to be fortifying down the river, and well, the last time we were at the keep,
Wait, is
do you
this?
remember
You
the
mean
strange
just a river?
portals that made insects?
Yes.
No, just down the river, up against the lake.
How far
Well,
away
you
is
remember the strange
Greyhawk?
portals that summoned insects, right?
Which one?
Both of them.
Sorry, this is the kind of disjunction conversation we will have every day from now on.
Yeah. Well, they made a bigger one and a better one that was harder to close.
Wait, I have a very important question to
that-
ask you before you finish.
Yes.
Is the old man still alive?
Which old man?
The one with the bear. Well, I guess the one with the tower is also equally valid of a question.
Oh. Yes, they're both alive last I heard.
Ah, damn it. Alright, continue.
Gar. Okay. Well, I'll get back to that in a second. Well, they made a bigger and more powerful portal, and I really could have used perhaps someone of your expertise. It was a very dangerous moment.
They were very juvenile portals. I mean, if somebody such as myself could close one, then how powerful could they be, right?
Well, they turned out to be some sort of Fey-empowered person who had control over his own realm.
This
in
portal
almost its
was-
entirety.
This portal was unclosable as well, unfortunately, Mastigar.
Until he died. So he
Well,
wasn't really that much of a god or anything of his realm.
Which we killed him.
well, then it was eminently closable. Then it seems.
Right, just not from the side we wanted to close it on. Still.
Well, if it was closable from one side, it had to have been closable from the other side. Also, it opened
Still,
from one
Gar.
side, so it had to be openable from the other side.
So there's much reason we could have there's much we could use from you, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
We
that's-
could use your help.
Of course, the only reason Kix would wander up to me in the middle of nowhere or Greyhawk is because you need
And-
something.
And Gar, I'm not blind either. I know you don't necessarily like the old man in Darwell, but you could have a taller tower than he does. At the keep.
Is that what you think of me? That I just want a taller tower than a senile old man warping reality upon himself?
Well, I have to do
Can I make an
something to make you
insight check
happy.
on that? I want to see if that is actually what he wants.
Yeah, make a roll.
Actually, yeah, I'll roll 2 just for.
No.
Alright, 11.
What are we rolling?
Just insides, like, is this actually what he really wants, or is he just continuing to be a little bit sarcastic?
18. What do I know?
That's on Theta.
I mean, no,
Okay.
that's not what I really want. No.
Alright, then I guess on Braith's behalf with insight, what does Gar want?
I mean, I don't know what insight really tells you. Insight just tells you that if I'm not telling the truth, right?
It teaches you disposition and sort of reach your body language. So it's not so much about truth and false like somebody who
Right,
might be
so
nervous.
It doesn't
Yeah.
say
Intention.
what I want. It just tells you that it's not what I want. And maybe a hint of what I want isn't what I'm after either. I mean, you can't read that much into body language.
Right. In which case, Kix is gonna kind of blur aloud. Well, what do you want? What can I offer you?
What I want? What I really, really want?
What you really, really want. Tell us
I
what you
knew
want.
it.
What you really, really want.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
I wanna.
I wanna.
Huh?
And here we go.
Zig a zig. Oh crap! No.
I want an end to
I
the
brought
bad
back my
references.
character. But I'm working on that, as I've always been since you met me. Sip some hot water.
Cryptic as always.
Do you have a library?
Do I have a library? No. I mean,
Would you like one?
Do you want a place to put one?
yes.
He's got a place.
I have to tell you that
It's
making
true.
a deal with Kix is like walking into the 9 hells on purpose. It's like biting off your own tongue, cauterizing the wound, swallowing your tongue, passing it through the digestive tract, putting your old tongue back where it used to be, casting a regeneration spell, and then pretending everything is alright.
You know, I like to think of us as friends.
So, what is it that you've got now?
A keep. A keep on the borderlands.
That sounds
Okay.
very familiar.
It's as if I played that adventure before with my niece.
Somewhere in the background, a 500-foot, statue drops, just letters carved out. Keep on the board.
Yeah. But to keep at least this part of it short, I will update Gar on recent events so he's aware of things that have transpired, including suddenly receiving the responsibility to maintain a keep out near the lake and defend it against the Orc Empire.
And how far is this from Greyhawk?
2 weeks plus a couple days of travel.
And how far is this from Narwhal?
Couple days of travel.
So it's closer to Narwhal than it's Greyhawk.
It
That
took
is
us for
right.
a week, I believe.
I thought it was 2 weeks. So that's what I've been kind of using as a reference.
Yeah.
Had you previously uncovered the territory before, or was it retreading old ground?
You haven't been there.
That's not what I asked.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what you're asking.
I'm asking if it was the
you
first
mean-
time you were there, or were you retreading old ground? It's a very direct question, more direct than I've ever been.
No, I've never been there before. Or, well, not until recently, when we invaded it.
It was the first time we were there, Master Gar.
Thank you.
So a true week of travel, then.
Mm-hmm. That would be correct.
I mean, it's probably Gar's
that
going
helps,
into a moment of, like, silence. He's looking around, heads bopping this way and that. Go ahead and talk if you're...
Cloak completely around his eyes and everything.
If it helps, I make the travel efficient, and I'm really good at finding food.
Oh. So this is what you replaced me with.
And a spider.
Yes, as you can see, Hugh has a very positive outlook on things.
So you said, we lost a turtle and an owl, so what we'll take is a small lizard and a spider instead. How very ecumenical of you.
But the spider's big, so it's okay.
Well, my owl can fly.
Can your owl eat wolves?
Yes.
That's a big owl.
I mean, technically, I can eat wolves. You can eat wolves. That ant on the ground near your foot can eat a wolf.
But my spider prefers wolves as
That's
as
very
its favorite
unfortunate for
meal.
your spider. It must starve most months of the year.
Oh no, it'll go after other stuff too.
Well, good.
Just that's the preference.
Well, then you must inhabit a very wolf-heavy region. I, for one, don't remember
It is
Narwhal.
more or less the wilderness.
Well, yes, but I, for one, don't remember encountering that many wolves around Narwhal. Maybe the
wargs.
Yes, the wargs every now and then, but that was maybe 4 in as much as a month.
I'm only assuming the wolf thing because it's a giant wolf spider.
Well, that would be what type of spider it is, not the variety of delicacy it prefers to eat.
What's a delicacy?
A preferred substance.
Oh, stuff you like to eat. Okay.
Yes.
At the very least, Gar, it seems like you and Hugh get along very nicely.
I don't know if Gar is sighing heavily or throwing up in his mouth.
It's who said it couldn't be both?
Well, I think the physics of
Probably
it
because
wouldn't be both because
yeah, the way
Well,
he's
look, just
fine.
give it like a second of separation, it'll be fine.
yeah, because one comes up from the esophagus from the stomach lining, and the other comes up from the airway, and you don't want that trachea to be open at the same time because it's a survival instinct of the body.
Nobody said it had to be at the exact same time.
Well, what inferred? This is where Bearcat and Gar would not get along.
This is where the bear and cat comes in.
Yes. This fist is bear and this fist is cat. You're gonna get both of them.
And it only costs double.
Oh.
Well, Gar, I suppose, what do you say?
How big of a library?
as big as you need it to be.
I've got witnesses.
You can put it down in writing too if you want.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Kirk goes into the
Quick, everyone,
library.
scatter, scatter.
I say out loud to Kix, I don't know if we can afford a library as big as it can be.
Well, we can't afford the whole keep either. We'll just do it a bit at a time.
Do you really think Master Gar will appreciate that?
I'll get him what he wants.
What he really, really wants?
Oh no, here we go.
Exactly. Sorry.
Somewhere in the background, Gar's talking to somebody in the library. I wanna.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Anyway.
Somewhere down the road, Zig is talking to someone. Yes, my name is Zig. Ah.
All right.
Zig is still coming with us, right?
I mean, he would.
Yeah.
In the
He'll probably
rules of
just
the
settle in.
stronghold stuff, there is artisans, and Zig would make an excellent NPC artisan. I don't know
Fair
if
enough,
that's
okay.
allowed in our current what we're doing now, but there are rules for artisans as people that are working in the area, and Zig is literally just an artisan.
It also has enchantment and exploration rules, so that could also work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the blacksmith stuff. Just that's basically what he is. I mean, he's also like literally a he can build buildings, he can do carpentry and everything like that. But I think the blacksmith was the best fit.
One thing just before we do anything or get to the tournament, because it seems like Gar is getting his stuff that he needs from the library to write down the legal documentation of this. How much would it cost for me to send someone to go pick up my helmet that was turned into a cape?
Wouldn't cost a couple of gold, basically. It would be
messenger services in Greyhawk are draining you.
I mean, it's a 2 week. It's a 2 week. You can, if you can find a caravan, send a message to a caravan. I think you can accommodate for a caravan. A couple of pieces of gold they would put in the caravan and part of it. So send a courier to send the message. That'll be about a gold piece because it's 2 week travel, right? You have to cover expenses.
I'll pay him. I'll pay him 3.
Yeah, and then
was your helmet made in Narwhal?
Yeah.
Sorry, I made the comment about the messenger service in Greyhawk, thinking it was made in Greyhawk. Like a couple of gold.
Yeah, because it was the Stag Lord's helmet, but I got someone to attach fox, fashion a cape out of fox pelts to make it a helmet with a cape. No actual magical benefit, just a helmet with a cape.
Yeah, just a cool looking helmet. I mean,
Well,
doesn't Kix have that potion of speed or something?
Already drank it.
Yeah, just because I want it for when the arena fights happen.
Yeah, you want to show off.
Yeah.
Also, the helmet is magical.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it magical or is it cursed?
No, it's
just magical.
I was really hoping it was one of those can't take it off things.
It extends my dark vision out to 90 feet, and I get to add an extra D8 to my first weapon attack each turn for 1 minute, once per long rest.
No, you get advantage.
Advantage
on your your first attack during 1 minute, and you get what did I say? You have to. It recharges with a long rest.
Long rest. Thank you.
I mean, though, you got plenty of time, right? Because the tournament's only like 2 months away.
Yeah. Yep. You could travel down, get it to you, and come back. You don't have to, unless you decide to stay the whole 4 weeks or so on Greyhawk, right?
The plane of Greyhawk.
I'm
you know
sure
what?
We can find some things to do here.
I would end up staying the whole 4 weeks. While I'm not with the group, I would be spending time helping out at the shrine.
Okay. So yeah. So you still negotiated with Gar to see if he actually wants to join the group or not.
You know, I come back out with legal
Yo.
papers that I've written up while I was in the library.
Legal papers. I was just hoping for a simple agreement.
Verbal agreements last
Oh,
only as
legal
long as the
papers.
memories of the people that said the words. Paper, on the other hand, parchment. That lasts as long as
it's
you
like,
keep it safe.
I'll have to review this.
Gar bends
This is
over
why
so
we
you can
waited
put
2
the
hours
paperwork
out
on
here,
the
huh?
show.
Go find your attorney.
I mean,
Nothing can go wrong.
there is a guild of attorneys and scriveners in the city. It's one of the most powerful guilds of the city because of
I mean, if
all the
Kix,
documentation.
Yeah, I think
I mean, Kix, let's say, literally, I'll say, Kix, if you feel as though you need a third party present and are unable to handle your own affairs, I would understand.
Oh,
turn down the gauntlet. Well, here arises all challenges, including legalese. I'm going to make a intelligence check. Now this is fine. I can read it.
Yeah, I mean, literally just what you said, right?
Big brain.
Mhm.
That I would get everything I want.
Specifically, I
As
will build
regards
you a
to the
library
library,
as
yes.
large as you need for your purpose. Yeah.
Well, that's perfect. Those words are even better for me.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I need a library big enough to hold a massive ritual. But yeah, there we go. So we'll go ahead and work with that for Gar and Kix's relationship, I think.
Yep,
I
just
think
go
that'll
ahead.
work out.
Sign it here, date it here,
Get a drop of your own blood.
sign it again here. Actually, yes, if you could add a drop of your own blood, you know, for verification purposes. Handwriting can be so easily forged. Blood, though, smile, is eternal.
I'll stick to ink.
I'm not saying sign it in blood. I'm
Gotta
just saying
say-
maybe prick your own finger or something. How about a scale?
I
What about a
gotta-
scale.
I gotta say, Gar smiling is a scary sight.
Mhm.
The first time we've ever seen him smile, everybody, look at it. It's upset the natural order.
Smiling turtle, impossible.
I don't know.
All right.
They are
Right,
creepy in
so
real life
I
too,
guess-
smiling turtles.
Oh, we got Gar back.
What about a clipping of
Which
your
I
scales?
still have not met.
I mean, you
My
do get
skills,
to
I keep brushing.
yeah. Actually, you guys are staying in different locations. So, do you have a place where you just all hang out together, if for meetings and the like?
Right, we can still like go to the inn that was mentioned, and that could just be a place we go sit down,
Yeah.
talk, discuss. Because right now it's looking like the next story beat is going to the arena,
Mhm.
which I feel is going to take longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah. So yeah, so you meet up eventually, come together. Actually, master, no, that'll be the next night. So yeah,
Yeah, for
Everybody-
meeting, right?
yeah, everybody together tonight. And, the invitation was for tomorrow night, for Braith. So yeah, everybody's together, and Barakat notices that the group walks in with. Well, Barakat is sitting with Zig, because Zig has become an NPC, right? So you and Zig notice that a portal is working together with Brave, Kix, and Hugh. And yeah, just like everyone else who is slightly out of out of place here, people stare, etc. Although in this bar, you notice that the not so much, because the owner of the bar is an ogre, and so already slightly strange things, slightly larger things than usual, stranger things than usual are already accommodating this bar, right?
Right.
And in
Well,
fact, yeah, as you come in, because you have to come in and turn left, and the bar is right there. The ogre sort of looks down and goes like, drink.
Hot water.
Nelly, hot water. That'll be a cuppa.
All right.
You want something?
Hot water.
Or more hot water. And you? And he points at Kicks.
Something to celebrate with.
We don't have hookers here.
I mean, the best drink you got.
All right. All right. Nelly, give us some of the wine. Not the jug, the bottle. Coming up, it'll be at your table.
Yeah, good. All right, everyone. Well,
Hold
I know
on
what
a
we need
second.
to-
I'm going to take 5 steps backwards to stop in front of the giant. So wait, do you just operate the door, or do you own this place?
My place.
Alright, so you've named it Sleeping Giant after yourself, but you're not a giant.
It was named the Sleeping Giant before I got here.
Oh, so you just happenstance bought a place that had a reference to a giant creature, and you yourself being a giant creature.
It was convenient, yeah.
Wouldn't it be more apt for you to, like, I don't know, have some place in the bar area that you could just relax and have some other person do this front job for you?
I like it here.
But
My
it makes
bar.
you look like an employee more than the owner.
Doesn't matter. People know who I am.
Oh, people.
They don't fuck with me.
Assumedly.
Oh, they know. Isn't that right, boys and girls? People, hey!
Well, that was a weird
He's being
response.
pretty loud, isn't it?
All the regulars are here.
Yeah.
Not the badass response I figured from, hey, you're out of voice. Anyway. But yeah, no, I mean, I didn't know who you were. I'm having this conversation. So apparently you can't just assume that
Yeah.
everybody will know who you are.
Everybody that matters.
Oh, I see how it is. Is that how you greet people?
You want me to lie?
Yes.
I'm bad at lying.
Yeah, I haven't even tried. That's what I keep walking.
Now they hurry up with the thing of water for them.
Never change, Master Gar.
Oh, so who might this be?
Well, Gar is an old associate and one of the original replacements for the headhunters.
He's a librarian.
I am an original member of the Headhunters. Their last remaining member before you assert control of the entire company.
Bold of you to assume I had control of anything.
You walked right into town, went right to the... Sorry, I forgot the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying what the German word for mayor. I couldn't remember for a second. Walked right up to the Reeve, took control of the company, and then went to meet me at the tavern.
Well, I'm not going to involve myself in your personal issues.
And
that
then I'm going
you
to shout
clearly
real
have.
loudly while you're in the middle of talking. And this is neither a bear or a cat. And point at you.
What? No, I'm not. Very clearly.
You were not
this is the
as
secret.
advertised.
Hold on.
Gar only drinks hot
I've-
water at the inn, but he comes pre-drunk.
Who's
need
been
to look something up.
advertising me?
I need to look something up.
Right. Well,
Oh, Bearcat, this is
Nice.
Gar. I believe you understand him very well now.
yes. Yes, I do. Well, nice to meet you, I suppose.
Well, what is your deal?
Elaborate.
I didn't think it was necessary, but okay. Everyone around here has a deal.
Uh-huh.
His is obvious, points to Hugh. although I haven't gotten his name yet. I know what
What do you
Braith's
think my
deal
deal
is. You're obviously a kobold with some sort of species issue.
No, I'm gonna help people and become the greatest kobold to ever live.
You're gonna make another kobold the greatest kobold that ever lived. So you have your own self-deficiency issues.
No, I'm gonna become the greatest kobold that ever lived.
Name the current greatest kobold to ever live.
I don't know.
There you go. That's his problem. I know Kix's issue. It's me. Braith has his own problems, specifically how he got his own companies killed because he wanted to, fly off the handle and come off his own battle operations instead of listening to the plan. What is your deal?
Braith just smiles and rolls his eyes.
I play songs. That's all you need to know.
Is there anything I can read into when I'm looking at Bearcat about the whole this thing going on?
Yeah.
Looks like foreign clothing.
Well, I mean, specifically, I'm trying not to meta here. That's why I'm asking out
Looks
of
human.
character. That's why I'm asking out of character.
Yeah.
If I can read into it, because I know you have horns out of character
I
now.
mean, you can be suspicious, but there's nothing that's obvious.
I mean, aside
Currently.
from being bacloonish, which is the
Yeah.
way they dress out in the Northwest, out in the deserts.
Sorry,
yeah.
use that word again.
Bacloonish,
Is that the
which is one of the human cultures of the Greyhawk.
Or does like the Arabian equivalent, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, then why are you with them?
Well, I'm looking for someone.
Right. So that's what your deal is then. These, and he
Could be.
circle points to everybody, are all broken people. For one reason or another, whether they admit it to themselves or not, these are all broken people, and only broken people will associate with them. So, just because you don't want to tell me now, doesn't mean that you yourself are not one of them. If you're traveling with them, you too are broken.
So, if these are broken people, that means that you are also a broken person.
Ah,
Since
congratulations.
you are currently associating with them.
You understand what an
So
inference
what's your
is.
deal?
If I told you my deal, someone would kill you.
Hewan's gonna go up to Bearcat and just offer a high
Nothing
five.
I haven't dealt with before.
Because that's exactly what he was just about to say.
Sure.
Because he knew that already.
I'm glad you think this is a high five moment. I'm going to call you Kobold because you haven't given me your name yet.
My name is Hugh.
All right, Hugh. I'm glad you think this is a high five moment. I think you should just sit and consider, though, what you're trying to be better than before you decide to be better than something.
Well, anything can be better than you currently.
Ooh.
Fire.
Wow.
Is that a comment on my physicality, or is it merely my temperance?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Temperament.
I mean, I did ask the question, so apparently I would. Or are we just devolving down into lower tier insults now? Shall I refer to the rubber band effect and the insults as it precludes to you?
At this point, Hugh gets nervous because he doesn't know if there is going to be a fight breaking out. Turns into a cat and goes into the rafters.
Well, at least one of you is a cat.
Well, Bearcat, at least I'm not the one who has to do this.
Actually, I find it somewhat entertaining.
Exactly. Here, let me give you this. And Kix will actually reach into his bag and pull out the thesaurus. You'll need this. And he passes it over.
Oh boy.
It'll come very in handy speaking of Gar. You might need it more than me at this point.
Make sure to use the word lugubrious, Master Bearcat.
Lugubrious.
Real word. I don't know what.
I see. Okay.
I mean, I'm shrugging because I'm the one that last said something, so I don't know how far we are into this.
I think
Okay.
we're at time for drinks.
Right,
Yeah.
well, certainly a character.
Well, everyone, at
They-
least
Grab the hot water and say, well, your songs better fucking be good.
So yeah, the water comes in. The Nelly, the waitress, comes in, and she sort of feels the slight tension in the table. It's like, would anybody want anything else? Some mutton, perhaps?
ooh, yes, of course.
I mean, right up.
That's the moment I hop down onto the table and start drinking the water that should be for the kobold.
Start lapping it up. Yeah, you're like, chew. Okay. And she actually grabs you and sort of does the thing where people do, kind of toss the cat, like, doesn't throw you. It's like,
Oh, no,
why?
the cat's an invited guest. It's okay.
And I go back up on the table.
Yeah, she just turns around. You're just there again.
And she grabs you again. It's like, I'm seeing that.
At that
impressive.
moment,
This cat's
I
like a-
look at her and I just go turn back to a kobold. I was having my water. Thank you very much. Cat.
Damn wizards. You saw that, right? And you hear like a deep rumble chuckle, like,
Yep.
that's the good one, buddy. You.
I'm gonna leave her an extra tip.
He throws it in the air and it just sort of walks away. It's like,
Yep.
yeah. Minimum wage jobs suck. Service industry sucks.
Well, everyone, a toast to us then. To us and our new keep.
Challenges ahead.
Yep. So I guess we have to leave it here for tonight. It's getting late. So about 10 minutes to go. So let's start with Robert. What is your character? And
Apologize, like the last half hour, I've been really out of it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I'm playing Braith the Butcher. He is honest to a fault and resolute. He desires to strive for truth and provide hope in a cruel world. Faith guides his conscience even when in doubt. And he is known as the Butcher to many, a name he wears with distinction. And he's still internally struggling with his own prejudices.
Hugh?
All right, I am Justin. I am playing Hugh, a lovely kobold ranger who got to enjoy some dancing today. He had a very fun time. He believes in acting before you think, unless it's really important. And he is going to become the greatest kobold that ever lived.
Oh. Barakat?
Oh, I'm playing Barakat, the Eloquence Bard. Flattery is the best way to direct attention away from me, unless I'm fucking with Gar. I like seeing the smiles on people's faces when I perform. My instrument is my most treasured possession, and I am not a bear or a cat, and I have a secret identity.
And next up, we have Kix.
Hey, everybody, I'm playing Kix the Shield, the Baron. He's cool and calculating. He believes a hero stands up against all challenges. Those under my command and responsibility come first. And his flaws are Gar, and he has an immense ego and delusions of grandeur.
And last but not least, Gar.
Yeah, the actual behind-the-scenes intro thing.
Yeah.
Gar is a 5th level wizard turtle. He's also a hermit, so you don't understand how he doesn't talk to people that well. Personality trait. There's nothing I like more than a good mystery. My ideal is self-improvement. The goal of life is study and the betterment of oneself. My bond is that I sold my soul for knowledge. I hope to do great deeds and win it back. My flaw is unlocking an ancient mystery is worth the price of a civilization.
Nice. And of course, I am your GM, Lester, who had a great time with everybody here. Lots of RP. We took a little break from hacking and slashing, although it seemed like there might be a little bit of verbal tussle the last few minutes, but that's fine. We got Gar back. Changes, as I explained earlier, are coming, and we'll see what happens. This is a work in progress. I hope you enjoy the sort of shift in pace. Don't worry, this is D&D, so there'll be plenty of hacking and slashing to come, especially in the bloody sands of the arena and beyond. But for now, I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and as always, we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you all next
Later.
time.